Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, lived an emperor who had a truly wondrous treasure, a magical tree that bore golden apples. But this treasure came with a great sorrow. Every single time the shimmering golden fruit ripened, a mysterious thief would appear in the dead of night and steal them all away, leaving not a single apple behind. The emperor had 3 sons. The eldest, a prince known for his strength, was tall with long sun-kissed blonde hair and piercing blue eyes. He always dressed in the finest princely garments, a true picture of royalty. The middle son was just a bit shorter with rich, reddish-brown hair and sparkling green eyes, his clothes just as elegant and refined. And then there was the youngest son, PARSLEA. He might not have been the tallest or the strongest, but he was known throughout the land for his clever mind and courageous heart. With his long brown hair, warm hazel eyes, and practical clothes fit for any adventure, PARSLEA was different. He was a thinker, a doer. One by one, the elder brothers tried to catch the thief. The eldest boasted of his strength, vowing to overpower the culprit. He stood guard, but as the moon climbed high into the sky, a heavy sleep overcame him, and by morning, the golden apples were gone. The next night, the middle brother, relying on his keen senses, promised to outsmart the thief. But he too fell into a deep slumber, and the tree was once again bare when the sun rose. The emperor was beginning to lose all hope. Seeing his father's despair, PARSLEA stepped forward. "Father," he said, his voice steady and full of resolve, "allow me to try. I will not sleep. I will not fail." His brothers scoffed, doubting their younger sibling. But the emperor, seeing the determination in PARSLEA's eyes, agreed. That night, as darkness fell, PARSLEA didn't just stand guard. He prepared himself. He set up 2 sharp stakes in the ground on either side of him. Whenever he felt sleepiness creeping in, he would lean his head to one side or the other, and the sharp point would jolt him awake. It was a clever, if painful, solution. Just as the clock struck midnight, a rustling sound echoed from the apple tree. This was the thief. Without a moment's hesitation, PARSLEA drew his bow. He aimed not to harm, but to mark the mysterious creature. He let loose an arrow, which struck true, causing the thief to drop the apples and flee in a flash. PARSLEA, eager to solve the mystery once and for all, wanted to follow, but the thief vanished into the darkness. The next morning, the kingdom celebrated. The golden apples were safe. But PARSLEA was not satisfied. A true hero doesn't just scare away a problem, he solves it completely. He found a trail of blood drops left by the wounded thief and knew he had to follow it. The trail led him out of the royal gardens, through the dense forest, and to a deep, dark chasm in the earth. It was a pit that seemed to have no bottom. The thief had descended into another world. PARSLEA knew what he had to do. He had a long, strong rope brought to the chasm. "Lower me down," he told his brothers. "When I tug on the rope 3 times, pull me back up." His brothers, though still skeptical, agreed. Down and down PARSLEA went into the cold, dark unknown. The descent felt like an eternity, but finally his feet touched solid ground. He found himself in a strange, subterranean land, illuminated by an otherworldly glow. Before him stood not one, but 3 magnificent palaces, each grander than the last. But they were not unguarded. The first palace, made of polished brass, was guarded by a fearsome dragon with scales that shimmered like bronze. The second, a palace of pure silver, was watched over by an even larger dragon with scales that gleamed in the dim light. And the third, a breathtaking palace of solid gold, was protected by the most colossal dragon of all, its scales sparkling like 1,000 suns. This was the lair of the thief. PARSLEA, gripping his sword, approached the first dragon. It roared, breathing a plume of smoke. But PARSLEA was not just a fighter. He was clever. Instead of launching a reckless attack, he spoke to the beast. He saw not a monster, but a guardian. He spoke of friendship, of a world where they didn't have to be enemies. The dragon, surprised by the prince's courage and kind words, listened. It had never been offered friendship before. Slowly, it lowered its head, and an understanding was formed. Inside the brass palace, he found a beautiful princess trapped within. She had long, flowing blonde hair and eyes as blue as the sky, and she wore a gown of spun gold. She was the eldest of 3 sisters, held captive by the dragons. She explained that the dragons weren't evil, but were under a spell that made them steal the golden apples, a source of magic in this underground realm. PARSLEA moved to the second palace. He used the same approach with the silver dragon, offering respect and friendship instead of violence. And again, it worked. The dragon recognized his good heart and allowed him to pass. Inside the silver palace, he met the middle princess. Finally, he reached the golden palace. The largest dragon was the most formidable, but PARSLEA's bravery did not waver. He stood before the magnificent creature and spoke with sincerity and courage. He promised peace and freedom for all. The great dragon, seeing the truth in his heart, bowed its mighty head. The spell was broken. The dragons were no longer thieves, but friends. Inside the golden palace, PARSLEA found the youngest princess with her long brown hair and warm hazel eyes. She reminded him of himself. She wore a shimmering white gown that seemed to be woven from starlight. From the moment they saw each other, they felt an instant connection. The thief, it turned out, was the collective magic of the 3 enchanted dragons, forced to steal the apples to sustain their underground world. With the princesses freed and the dragons now peaceful allies, it was time to return. The princesses held magical handkerchiefs that, when unrolled, could transform into anything they wished. The eldest unrolled her golden handkerchief, which turned into a golden castle. The middle sister unrolled her silver one, creating a silver castle, and the youngest created a diamond castle from hers. With their newfound freedom, they gathered their treasures. PARSLEA placed the princesses and their belongings onto a large magical carpet and tugged the rope 3 times. Above, his brothers began to pull. They pulled up the eldest princess and all her riches. They were stunned by her beauty and wealth. Then they pulled up the middle princess and her treasures, and their greed grew. They saw the vast fortunes coming from below, and a wicked thought entered their minds. When it was PARSLEA's turn, they pulled the rope partway up, then callously cut it, leaving their brother trapped in the world below, hoping to claim the princesses and the glory for themselves. But PARSLEA was not alone. His new friend, the golden dragon, saw what had happened. Grateful to the prince who had freed him, the dragon gently lifted PARSLEA on its back and flew him up, out of the chasm and back to the surface world, a feat that was impossible before the spell was broken. When PARSLEA returned to the kingdom, he found his brothers trying to force the princesses to marry them. They had lied to the emperor, claiming they were the heroes. But the princesses refused, and the moment PARSLEA walked into the court, the truth was revealed. The emperor was furious with his elder sons for their betrayal and greed, and they were banished from the kingdom. The kingdom celebrated its true hero. The emperor, overjoyed, offered PARSLEA anything he desired. PARSLEA looked at the youngest princess, and she smiled back at him. Their marriage was a joyous occasion, filled with laughter and love. True to their word, his brothers, having learned a valuable lesson, were eventually welcomed back and married the other two sisters. Ruling smaller parts of the kingdom with newfound humility, PARSLEA and his princess ruled the main kingdom together, not just with power, but with wisdom, courage, and the spirit of friendship that had saved them all. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more magical stories. We'll see you in the next one.